What's up, ladies, gentlemen, everything in between and on the outskirts. Welcome to khazaraanime, where I'll attempt to give my thoughts in a reviewer's type manner on anime that either I've been watching or recommended by people for me to take a look at. Today we're going to be looking at Akudama Drive, which is a series created by Katsukata Kodaka with animation done by Studio Parrot Company. This is the same studio that gave us the monumental heavy hitters like Yu Hakusho, Great Teacher Onizuka, Hikaru no Go, Naruto, Bleach, Yona of the Dawn, Tokyo Ghoul, Black Clover, and the list goes on. During the time of this video, there is only one season consisting of 12 episodes, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. Akudama Drive starts off in this futuristic metropolis of a city known as Kansai with the introduction of this morally good and kind-hearted girl by the name of, well, I'll get into that in a moment. So one day she decides on her spare time to purchase some food at this local food stand. Unfortunately, she doesn't have the correct tender to purchase her meal she already ordered. As if it was intentional, she meets another person there, and through a series of unfortunate events of happenstance, she ends up arrested. Meanwhile, other characters, including this guy she just met, is being rounded up by someone who was putting out a job attracting those of a certain, well, character. Namely, mercenaries, thieves, murderers, you name it. In this anime, they are known as Akudama, which the viewer could just consider as being outcasts and those who are on the most wanted list, dead or alive, due to their criminal track record of unspeakable deeds. So who are these people? Well, they're none other than our main cast, whose names are just self-explanatory of their occupation and hobbies. Starting with Courier. He is known as the best Amazon delivery handler. He delivers packages for those who employ his services, no questions asked. Anything that gets in his way of his goals and destination is dealt with accordingly. To complete his questionable and shady jobs, he has this motorcycle that can give Batman sweet dreams. This vehicle has a railgun attached to it and is able to seemingly defy gravity, and lastly allows him to turn into Spider-Man by swinging from building to building. It's kinda like that Spider Lady from that Spider-Verse movie. His personality is that of the quiet, brooding, I walk alone type of dudes, but he definitely gets some character development by the end though. Next up is Brawler. He is immortal, that of maximum peak when it comes to his physical prowess. This guy gets his enjoyment out of fighting and beating things to a pulp. His strength is damn near superhuman, although his critical thinking skills is on special needs. Next up is Hacker. He can break into any system or database at ease and has the technology to complete almost any task for any situation. Next up is Doctor, a scientist and, as the name suggests, well, a doctor. However, she is a complete nut job where it's evident where her license is probably revoked and taken away from her. Think of Orochimaru from Naruto or that one captain from Bleach. She has the medical knowledge to help heal wounds when needed. However, she probably takes more enjoyment in mischievous malpractice towards others. It could be for either enjoyment, experimentation, or just simply curiosity. Who knows? It's hard to tell, but she is crazy. Next is Cutthroat, a notorious killer who loves doing what his name suggests, and has this unusual infatuation with the color red. The last two characters are those that don't possess any noticeable or exciting traits or skills. They are as normal as it gets when it comes to this group of misfits and survives probably solely on convincing others of being something that they're not, aka they just BS their way or just simply have dumb luck. The first of the two is Hoodlum, who is just your ordinary street thug, and lastly Swindler, our main girl who probably is the only moral compass who just so happens to get caught up in all of this mess. As far as society is concerned, these are the most dangerous Akudamas there is, so naturally they will also have enemies, mainly the executioners. These guys are like the police or law enforcement whose sole purpose is to maintain order by offing Akudamas. They are led by a group of questionable and shadowy high figures. To me personally, these guys are jerks, and by the end of the series you kind of see to what extent that they're prepared to carry out their mission, or at least whatever they think their duty of this organization is. Sometimes it would appear that it is crossing boundaries on the level of morality, but I'll let you be the judge of that. The last key figure, or should I say figures, but for now I'll just say one, seeing that is, well, it leads to other things. That figure will be this cat that suspiciously just tend to linger around and somehow finds itself located within the midst of the action whenever something is about to go down. For the sake of this review, I want to keep things spoiler free as I can, so let's just say that this cat is what pops everything off. The animation is crazy good, the fight scenes are dynamic, and seeing how this futuristic city is alive through key visuals is amazing. The character designs each have their own distinct look and identity that separates themselves from each other. You can thank Rui Kamasuzaki for that. He also worked on the Danganronpa series. But what was interesting to me was this seemingly symbolic choice of representation this show took the liberty of utilizing. There is a certain scene where a character made an honorable sacrifice, and right nearby was this item shaped like a cross. It's almost as if to say that she is just like what the Christianity faith would refer to as their savior when it comes to the Akudamas and regular people alike. Given this character mannerisms and personality, I would say it's kinda spot on. A bit pretentious, but spot on. Akudama Drive's original soundtrack was composed by 3 artists, Nakumara Kuzaku, Shijikazu Aida, and Maika Uichi, who has done music for other anime, notably A Certain Magical Index, along with its spin-offs A Certain Scientific Railgun and A Certain Scientific Accelerator. But here throughout this anime's OST, expect to hear a whole lot of different genres being showcased. From ambient to alternative rock, jazz, electronic dance, and even drum and bass. My favorite tracks are Uninvited Guest, which has this drum cadence normally found in jazz, coming in with its saxophone and guitar stabs. The musicianship and control displayed within that sudden stops and rhythm changes is mastery at work. The opening theme song Still was done by the J-pop rock band Spark Sound Show, hailing from Osaka, Japan, who has a couple of albums up under the belt that I think you should check out. The outro song Ready was done by, and I'm probably going to butcher the hell out of this name, but Urashimaku-san, which is a group that's done some albums too. I'll provide links when you can check out the music for yourself. Now back to the review. Watching all of these nut jobs try to coexist with each other in this unorthodox group of degenerates who probably broken every law and seemingly possess no sense of morality is just straight up hilarious. If their current circumstance does not do them in, their antics, themselves, and people after them due to their criminal record probably will. However, each individual's unique skills or lack thereof for some of them brings a variety of advantages to the team for handling the dangerous jobs that they're forced to do. This also in turn creates some sense of synergy and character development amongst the members. But as I continue to watch this season through to the end, that hope of these forming the perfect criminal team came to its grim end when I'm brought back to the fact that we are indeed dealing with some crazy people here. Some people form bonds while others are just simply in it for self-indulgent pleasures. What I did find interesting is how this story, which began so small, became something massive by the end, and delivers this message of asking the important questions like, just who is the real Akudama here? And also, from whose perspective is one able to determine is right or wrong and just and evil? Another anime that comes to mind whenever I think about this is the anime Shiki, but that anime dwells within the horror genre. Here, Swindler is really the personification of the good in humanity, which in terms according to her personality is in contrast with other characters like Doctor. This character is so messed up she finds it difficult to believe a person could genuinely and sincerely be a decent human being, and it's people like her that I really wish could only be found within anime. Unfortunately, in real life, you have people that have gone through a lot to the point where they become cynical and possess the same stance as this character. One last thought that this anime made me start pondering on is the power of public opinion and how it can create dangerous behaviors towards others. There are many entities that can influence the reputation and how others are viewed within the society. Whether its origins may stem from stereotypes, the media passive-aggressively insinuating it, or even just outright demanded by whoever controls things. This anime teaches to be cautious and think for yourself. Make your own conclusions about people. In this case, it would be the Akudamas. Tables can turn due to the ever-changing circumstances, and one can find themselves becoming or even being the very thing that they tried to crucify. Everybody gets a turn. The hunted could become the hunter, and the predators could become the prey. It would be awesome if some people would consider this stance, but you know, they're just wishful thinking. Anyway, you can watch Akudama Drive on the subscription-based platform Crunchyroll. And until next time, peace.